Well, we're ready on this pancake holster. I got my burnishings all done, nice and purty, and got my glue on here ready to stick it together. So on the straight side here, I'm just gonna stick a needle down in the bottom, stick another one up at the top, call that good enough. Pick the one up that I just threw on the floor, and I'm just going to stick that one down in the bottom and the other one up in the top, and I'm using the inside stitch line here as my guide. Just seems like the easiest way to do things here. Let's see, where are you? There's that one. I just want to be careful not to, prematurely stick it together. Some of these, when I came through the other side, wound up a little close to the edge. I'm not going to be happy about that, but there ain't much I can do about it. So I'm going to stick this down. Everything's shifted just a little bit. It'll be okay, but I got to stick down one side at a time. Otherwise, I'm going to wind up being off. Stick down this side. And then things have to shift just ever so slightly when I glue the other side down. It's not a lot. Just a little bit. But what it does is it kind of puckers the bottom here a little bit. Not a big deal. We'll just deal with it as we go here. Side stuck down. There we go. It's about as good as we're going to get. It is not perfect. It'll be just fine once we get it formed. That is not going to be a worry. And I think every time I move this table, my floor is just a little uneven in here. Got a couple of cracks in the floor. Someday I'll deal with it, but I really want to move this garage and you know, put in a new slab, move the garage, and then I'll have a new floor. So I'm not going to worry too much about it right now. Just got to get through some hurdles with the city to let me do that. Anyway, there we are, all glued up. I'm going to start stitching my straight area down here, come around, down here on this side, come around. I'm going to cut my belt slots in, and I'm going to do that right after I'm done stitching this, and then I'm going to create a stitch line to come up around the belt slots. The belt slots will fall right in here and over here, and I'm going to come up and around, and I'll join in with these stitch lines. So it'll look like I kind of came off of this line and came up to there. That's kind of the plan. We'll make it happen. It'll look good. I'll show you how I do that when I get to that point, but aside from that, you've seen me stitch before. I'm not going to make you watch that again. We'll get her going. So I'll be back in a little bit. It'll probably take me, you don't want to hear this, about 2 hours to get this stitched. Hey folks, we're back. I missed some video on this holster. I did form it, and I missed all the video on that. So when I was forming in the back here around the trigger guard, I kind of, hopefully you can see it, I kind of smushed the leather here, and that was, you know, I use my slicker. I use the big ball part there to do that forming, and I'm not looking for a lot of retention out of this because it has the strap, but I do want to straighten that out a little bit. To do that, I'm just going to grab another tool and see if I can gently bring that back up. I don't think I'm going to get it too well, but we can try a little. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much I can do for it, but it's not a big deal. It's not like it's the front of the holster. But, you know, I do a little bit of forming right up in here. You'll see the Avenger video if you haven't seen it. I don't know which ones I'm going to post first, but at this point I haven't posted either one. So I don't know which one's going to be first. When you do the forming, this was all burnished really nice. You lose some of that burnish when you form it, and that's normal. It's to be expected. But right now, I want to get an idea of where my strap is going to go to. So first things first, I have to get my snap installed. To do that, it's just going to be a regular snap. Well, it's not punching it out. There we go. So we push that through, and I want to push that leather down around that post real good. Now my plate here, I know that I have to use the biggest one because for the line 24. This is going to be tricky. I'm not going to lie. Just got to get everything in the right position, I think. You want to make sure that everything is going to set good. I think I crushed that a little bit, darn it. Well, I think I got to take that snap out. Not happy. I'll be back. So the first one didn't fit right because the hole just needed to be, the hole where the snap, the female portion recesses in there, needed to be just a touch bigger. So now it's recessed in there nice. I'll show you that once we're done, once the snap is set. So, and I kind of propped everything up a little bit here, just so it's resting nice. I do have to get it in a position where I can hold everything. I'm just going to hold it like this here. So Barry King has a nice snap setter. Someday I might get one. But really, when I hold this piece, I hold it down low, and I use my finger to hold the snap in place, hold everything together nice and tight, and I start setting. And once it's rolling over good, then it's going to hold it all in there. So, you want to make sure it's set well enough so nothing spins, and hopefully you can see it in there. It's set real nice. This stiffened up pretty well. My little block left a mark back there. Hopefully we'll be able to get that out. Massage it a little bit. I think it's going to be just fine. Might have to get it a little damp. It'll come out. I'm not worried about it. So when I put the snap on this side, we will use the other piece, the other two pieces. And there's something else that we'll have to include. But right now, I need to get a rough idea where the top of the slide's going to come. So again, chamber's empty. I don't need the magazine in it for any of this, so I keep it in the gun because I lose them all the time. So there's nothing in the chamber. I think you can probably see through there all the way through to here where the magazine is. It's empty, it's clear. Safety's on, hammer is open or back. So I'm going to push it in, and I need to get a rough idea of how long this is going to have to be, because it's pretty long. It's going to drop way down in the holster, and we don't want that. But I have to get an idea of where to cut it off so I can tuck it in there. Hopefully, I didn't go too short with that. I think we're good. So it's going to tuck in, and it doesn't have to be super tight over the top of the slide. Not at all. So you kind of get the idea. And I want to make a mark right about center of my snap. I'll pull the gun back out. You can see I kind of got a little mark there. That's about where it's going to go. I'm going to go ahead and leave my come just a little off of that. We're going to try to snap it right, or punch it right in the center. Just like that. And this piece will go on the outside. The other piece goes on the inside. Ow. Suppose it'd help if I punched the right size hole, huh? So that'll go here. It should work just fine and dandy. So you can see I've got pushing down with my fingers on this piece. So kind of holding everything down as flush as I can. And a couple of good wraps will get it started. And then I kind of like to walk it around a little bit and make sure it's set all the way around in a circle. And there we go. That snap is set. And that's how it's going to go. So now we can slide the gun in. She's all snapped. And when you go to grab it, now it's gonna, all you gotta do is stick in there. I think you heard it pop, and then draw the gun. So it might be when you're reholstering, well, and right now I haven't got the corners trimmed or anything on there. So you see how it's nice. Strap goes over the top of the slide so the gun can't come out. But when you grab it, you just stick a thumb in there and it pops the snap. So in case you didn't hear that, pops the snap, and then you can draw and go. So once I get the corners, get this shaped, it's easier to get it snapped and stuff. So that's how we do that part. I need to get everything burnished because, you know, the forming process kind of makes a mess of it.